Sorry about that, everyone.
Sorry, everyone. Thanks for your patience as Streamlabs is determined to keep us from playing this really cool game for y'all.
Tech happens.
But tech does happen. But we persevere.
Hopefully y'all didn't miss too much between the tech issues and
Yeah, so we're coming up with a word that means happiness. So yeah, let's think about that. Let's think about a word for happiness just to kind of get us off of these bad tech feels. We'll instead think of a word that we use to mean happy. Or a feeling of happiness.
Every word is just Evo.
That's how you play the game. I mean, it could be, but
it is now.
But it's not.
Be a different kind of game.
Oh man.
So you get invited to a party, and your heart gets all light and happy.
Well, I guess so. Like, I feel like the party would be named after the word almost, like something day.
Like it's celebrating happiness.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right. So, do you think? So, if we want to figure out what aspect it's tied to, that could help us too. So, like, if we figure out
the connection,
what aspect it is, we can kind of draw from that.
I think it is the living our gifts.
Mm-hmm. That I was thinking that too.
Let's see.
So
maybe something tied to, like, if it's kind of that, like, self-embracing, self-love,
like self-acceptance. I was thinking like freedom, like that kind of thing. Just like when you feel like you're truly free and accepting and loving of yourself. Like, what is something in that vein?
Or it can be a little more, less on the nose, to be like soaring.
Yeah,
I like it. Yeah, because like, how are you feeling today? I'm soaring. Like, I'm happy.
Yeah,
I like it because I was also thinking of like, would it have some connection to with like the aspect that a lot of our freedom comes from the fact we're on a helicarrier and we can escape by flight to be free and
Although I almost want to mutate it a little bit, like add a little twist to it, because soaring is almost something you'd say already, like I'm on top of the clouds,
Right. We could try trimming it or like switching some of the words around, like maybe it's mutated, kind of like where we're like
surreal.
We make it into our.
But instead of surreal, it's SOARELL, like surreal.
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 I feel surreal. It's surreal day.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Surreal.
Megan, I feel like there's like 1,000 words.
She's having a thought.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what it's like inside there. Everything. No, I do. Yeah, I like that. I like the neighborhood that's living in.
The clipping it is something the book suggests. And I'm like, clipping the end is one thing. What if it's clipping the beginning? So instead of soaring, it's like Orin Day. It's a unique word. We probably won't get it confused with anything else. How would you feel today?
Like
Orin.
Orin, is that
Orin, like ORIN?
Yeah.
Orin Day. I like, and that also sounds good.
Like, oh my god, is this a day that Owen like made up? Like Owen has declared it Orin Day.
His own personal holiday that he's made. And now like people get off work on it too because he just campaigned hard enough.
It was like 2 years ago, Owen was like, this needs to happen. We don't have any holidays on this thing.
So, you know what? If that's the case, I think it should be OREN, because he's like, it's Orin Day.
Yeah. And then the other thing was like how you sold it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I love it.
Oh, that's so good.
I really love it. And that's such
it has
a cool
like 3
thing.
directions.
Yeah, it's such a cool thing to like No, we'll have to sort of deal with it again in the future when, like, people might have forgotten that's how it started.
That's how it started? All right, so I put it over here.
That's so good.
That is really good.
That is resplendent, is what that is.
So the scene prompt is profound happiness for some. So what set a scene? What are we going
Owen is
with?
probably gonna go find Isla and be like, okay, I have an idea for Oren Day. So you can make shields like bubbles, right? That kind of thing.
Like, yeah.
So can you make that? If you can make them float, we can put like lights in them and make a disco ball.
Oh, and I told you last Oren Day that we couldn't be misusing our powers for frivolous things.
But what if this is the day where we let them express themselves? Come on, Isla. And then you hear, come on, Isla, as another Owen pops out with a guitar. Come on, Isla, as one pops out with a mic. Come on, Isla. And one's like pushing a drum kit out.
Oh, well, none of you are going to be quiet until I say yes, so I guess I'll save myself a headache and say, yes, where is the Oren Day party happening this year?
You know, if we do it on top of the carrier, then we can like give more open air. We don't have to worry as much about our surroundings. You want me to take this thing upstairs? You'll be fine. If we can get it upstairs, then it'll be open air. We can control it more, and then we can have like a laser light show.
I have to say I don't think I've ever really used my powers in this way, but you know what? It's worth a shot. Do you want to go grab someone who can make lights, or do you have lights to go in them already?
You know what, Isla? You light up my night. And then you hear the Owen by the drums go, doo-doo. Okay, but seriously, I'll go find somebody.
All right. That sounds great. I'll meet you up on the deck in 10 minutes.
All right, sounds good. And then I turn back to the other ones. I can't believe that worked. I know, I'm shocked. I've got Oren like nobody's business right now. Do we know anybody that knows lights? I don't think so. There's hundreds of us here. Somebody has to have. Well, happy Oren Day. Happy Oren Day. Happy Oren Day. Happy Oren Day.
It spreads like a shockwave through the ship.
Oh my god, now I'm
That's
just
so good.
I'm imagining Owen in like a situation where he's trying to like pitch something to someone, and all of a sudden you hear in the background, "Oh, he's got such a good idea. You should listen to him."
Wow, that's genius! I know.
Can you believe it?
I bet
Who
it
is that
happens.
up there?
Like...
Oh, I think it's Owen.
It probably happens like every council meeting too. Like everyone's just like, "Okay, Owen."
All right.
We know that's
Someone's
you.
like, I haven't.
There's a paper sign there where it says 1 carbon allowed.
So 1 carbon minimum or maximum.
My name's not Carbon. My name's Nobrak. We know that's carbon backwards, Owen.
Get out of here. Oh, that's so good. All right. So now you can I will deal you a card from the age 2 deck for our next go around. And Sam or Nat, what do y'all got for?
Nat,
you got one, Jember?
I mean, I got a few that are pretty cool, but I think you said you had like an idea for something, so we can go ahead and do that.
So to follow up happiness, the only possible option is death.
Oh, great.
Or language for ultimate loss. And I actually have been thinking about this one for a bit now. So I'm thinking that when someone dies, we say they get tranced, which isn't the obvious connection you might make, but is actually something back in the labs where we got created. When people died for science, they would say they were serving transcendence, the quest for transcendence.
Ooh.
So
that's that good shit.
Yeah, so they've been tranced.
All right. What
or just
what aspect does that tie to?
I think it probably ties most directly on evolution through seclusion or living our gifts. Living our gifts would be kind of like we use that almost mockingly, originally almost mockingly against the origins. I think it ties more to the seclusion one then, I think.
Okay. Cool. I will put it over here. I will spell it correctly and everything.
You don't have to.
Well, I mean...
You know how many misspellings have become new words through history?
That's fair. All right. Yeah. So, what's our scene? So, the scene is letting go.
Ooh.
So...
Has there been a lot of death? Because, I mean, we've only been around for 20-ish years. Like, has there been, like, an exit? Like, have there been multiple deaths since we've started this? Or is death still something that's, like, kind of new to us within the isolation?
I think people have definitely died.
Right, like I could see accidents or even just sort of like people still trying to get the use of their powers, hurting themselves or others even.
Also, the experiments that made us might not leave everyone in the same health condition afterwards.
Or maybe naturally our lifespans are a bit shorter or something because of the mutations in the experiments.
Yeah. Or it could just be people get left behind sometimes and we deem them dead.
Yeah. It's like we had to go. It was either them or everybody else.
Strayed too far from the ship. You didn't come back when the alarm was told or whatever, and
that's interesting. Because with death, it could be that it's not even someone's actually dead; they're just dead to you.
Yeah, like they're just dead to the nomad.
I mean, and the prompt is letting go, so it's not even necessarily like that somebody is dead. Like, is this scene like we had to quickly leave somewhere and like a bunch of people got, or not a bunch, but like multiple people got left
like
behind?
One scouting party, maybe somebody that Spectre knew.
Ooh, maybe.
Yeah.
I keep on pontificating and forgetting that I'm the one who has to actually make a decision here.
Yeah, you set the scene and you pick the people, but we can, I mean, as long as if you want us to keep giving ideas, we can keep giving ideas too.
Let's have a scene on top of the nomad. It's been about it's been a few days since people got left, and we're currently doing one of our flights, so the wind is loud and your hair blows, all that stuff. I think Spectre is with somebody. Who do you think?
It doesn't necessarily have to be just one person too. It can be
that's true.
Multiple people.
Maybe a Palisade also knew this person. If it was like maybe a scout or maybe didn't come back or something.
Maybe Palisade. Here we go, because I like the big drama. Maybe Palisade is the one that like made the call that we had to go and leave them behind.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
And to add a drop to that, you're also the one who ordered that particular party out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we needed to go now, or it was compromised.
I like it.
Part of being a leader is making tough choices. I say to myself to sleep at night. So I think if we're on top of the deck, I think Isla like walks over to Spectre. Just like, it never gets easier when people get tranced.
No, doesn't.
For what it's worth, I am sorry. But it had to be done.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we're all sorry. No, never a good thing to lose someone.
No.
But it's part of the job, you know? You knew the risks. We all do.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be part of the job. I should be able to account for this, and we shouldn't lose people, but it's hard on everyone, but I know that you were close with them. So I wanted to apologize and just let you know that the decision that was made wasn't made lightly.
Yeah. Well, just I don't know. Next time, maybe just give us a little more time.
I gave all of the time that I could, but
just needed a few more minutes.
You saw how close they came. A few minutes we would have all been. If we want to keep living this way, if we want to keep being able to be safe and to stay apart from the people who would, it's just we can't take chances. We can't be risky. Even a minute could have ruined everything.
I don't know. There weren't that many. I think we could have stood our ground.
That's not who we are. We're not soldiers. We're not fighting a war. We're just trying to live.
Yeah, well, how are we living if we just let people get tranced when it's convenient for us? How is that living? We could have taken them.
We're still flying.
Yeah.
And
Nomad's a little lighter now, too, isn't it?
Well, nobody takes joy in that. They will be remembered. Nobody is forgotten here.
No. I won't forget any of them. And I'll just turn my back on Palisade and head inside.
Well, this is fine.
I love you, Meghan.
I love you too. All right. And I will give a card.
That's why I play Magic the Gathering, because every time you get a new card, it's a small rush of endorphins.
Okay. Let's see. I mean, I've got 3 cards that I think could be interesting, honestly. Considering that last scene, though, I don't think we need to do sadness.
No,
although it could be appropriate.
Believe me, if there's anything I've learned, if there's anything I've learned from Dialect, there is always time for sadness. Like we will get to sadness. There's always time for sadness.
Excellent. I also have special occasion and the future.
The future.
Any of which I think could be really cool to get to play with.
Yeah. Special occasion is interesting because that begs the question, what do we celebrate?
Orin Day.
Yeah, other than the holiday that Owen made up.
Though, like, what if it's either the moment that we need to, like, take off and leave, or when we find someplace new to settle down? The card reads, a celebrated event. It's either particular to the isolation, or we have a unique way of recognizing it. And then the flavor text is, the time has come, which I think is really cool and kind of fed into those ideas.
Maybe there's maybe the word is like for, at least originated as like the word for when we lift off with everyone on board.
Oh,
because we have the word for like if someone being left behind.
Yeah.
So having a counter word.
Like, for, a perfect execution.
Right.
Kind
and then
of
maybe
100% complete, full combo of the song.
Maybe it's almost like something that we actively sort of celebrate every time it happens as like a reinforcement of like, hey, we're all in this, like we all got this kind of thing. And then it makes the times people get tranced like even more like, fuck. Oh, you're muted, Megan?
You're noo-nooing.
Yeah, you're muted.
No, I'm noo-nooing. So is there some kind of ceremony or something that like happen? Is there like a roll call type event like once we lift off that is like an occasion where it's like everybody gathers together and we make sure everybody's here?
Yeah, and we do it even if we know everyone was on,
like even if we know
everyone's a celebration.
Yeah. Right. Well, because like even if somebody did get left, like we're still like we can still hold tight of the people that are there.
Right.
So yeah, something, I don't know.
Maybe
now's the time where I just like spout
words,
random words and hoping that there's something that like something adjacent like to like complete or whole,
right,
or together,
like,
or
I don't know, if people are sort of assigned almost like a buddy system, maybe the term comes from like, like duos or, like, or something, like if everybo's got to have like a pair or
like
something.
team or
Can you go through the card one more time for me?
Yeah, let me get that back up. So special occasion, a celebrated event. It's either particular to the isolation or we have a unique way of recognizing it. The time has come.
All right.
Like unity or unit or...
Could just be roll call. It could be a dumb thing that has meaning because we give it meaning.
Maybe. And then it's like not necessarily positive or negative until this occasion is over. And we know like what the roll call is. Attendance.
Maybe calling? Call?
Attending.
Count.
I'm like rostering.
Like census muster.
Crowing?
Muster is a cruise ship term. That's what I think. Yeah. Like roster. Muster drill. Yeah, it's like a muster drill. Get your buddy. Go to your lifeboat station. Like census.
I don't like census. It's the census, because then it does have a subject tone to it.
And it's like it has no bearing to the world outside of the isolation. It's like we've made this our own.
They don't know what the census is.
We're celebrating the census.
Yeah, we're celebrating.
I actually don't think it's are we just celebrating census? Like every time we do it, it's census.
It's where it's like, as soon as we are airborne or submarine, it's like everyone meets for census.
Yeah.
Right.
And maybe I low-key love it.
Maybe this is also when anything that's been like harvested or collected at that, that last kind of outing or something gets dispersed. Because the actual census, sort of helps determine that. So if it's like...
And it's also probably the only time where like literally everybody in the community gets together. Like there are no like nobody is exempt from census. Like everybody goes.
Yeah, definitely.
If that's cool with you, I'll put it on the board. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Do you think that would be with Nomad, right?
I think so, yeah. That'd be pretty unique to Nomad.
Yeah. I'm gonna put that over here. See, and that's a good example of like the cool thing about this is like you can make up your own words, or you can take a word that exists and make it something that's very specific to this isolation.
Yeah, definitely.
What is special occasion?
Oh, we've all done one. Right. Do we just do one per age each?
Yep, one. Yep.
Okay.
All right. What's our scene?
Let's see. Well, our scene, I think, is...
How many Owens are at this census?
Right?
How does carbon work? Can they all come out? Can any one of them generate more?
Yeah,
do they have a lifespan? Do they have a hive mind?
Do they come
I don't
out
want to know the answers.
Owen, like, prime? You know,
I'd say there is Owen prime. I feel like they probably only last for so long, and then they like dissipate probably into smoke after maybe like 8 hours, almost like they're turning almost into like carbon dioxide.
Do they get like weaker the more you have?
It could be that they last less time depending on how many there are.
Oh, that's cool.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's really
like
cool.
if you just have one, if there's just one carbon, it's like 8 hours.
Right,
but if you've got 12 of them, it's like 8 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's only 2 of you, it could be a month for all I care.
Yep.
Like,
that's really awesome.
Yeah. But as long as it's established that the more of you there are.
So can we lose Owen Prime? If that happens, do we just have like the remainder of time with the rest of the Owens before you're gone forever?
That's possible.
Oh no.
That'd be really sad.
Or do all of the Owens go poof if Owen Prime?
Yeah, it's like casting a spell in D&D.
Imagine, unrelated, but like if Owen Prime died and they all just like looked at each other shocked and then started just disappearing slowly.
Oh my god.
The Avengers.
We can dive into that
keep going.
Oh, I say Mr.
I'm actually
Meeseeks.
thinking of Steven Universe.
Oh, that's a
yes.
When he gets the hour, the time thing. Steven and the Stevens.
Steve, that's better than Mr. Meeseeks.
So now that we've done a deep dive into Owen,
yeah, now that we've established Owen,
that was valuable. I enjoyed that.
We haven't done any scenes with more than 2 people, and since this is census, I want to put I'll put the 3 of you in at least, or should we do all 4 of us? Is that like too crazy?
It's up to you, and you don't have to be in it.
Yeah. No, I want to sit back and watch this one. Plus, I think it'll be a cool dynamic. That makes sense too, because if this is also where like, you know, Palisade would be,
Palisade probably like runs this. Yeah, say probably like runs the census.
And I'm sure
could have been Palisade's idea.
Right. And
that's true, yeah.
I bet Servo's like trying to get, materials or something.
So SETI has always been like, you don't need to count me. I'll never be missed. I don't mess up like that. It can't happen.
And Palisade's just like, that doesn't count. Like, I need to see you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right, yeah,
So we like inside the ship? Do we do it on the deck?
Yeah, like where would this...
Probably be internal, because sometimes we're underwater.
Yeah, can we be underwater this time?
Yeah, because also if this was supposed to be like sort of celebrate, or not necessarily celebrating, but like, getting the full count, maybe it's like we just submerged, so now...
Yeah.
We're divvying up our underwater rations and stuff.
Yeah. And I think that there's probably some kind of protocol like when we go underwater that changes
I bet.
for everyone, but I feel like there's probably one big communal space that will fit everyone. And that's for everybody.
Yeah,
do we sound off?
Yeah,
ritualistically?
I think Palisade is kind of like standing at like the front of the room and like has like a clipboard and is just kind of like going through things and just calling up like supplies to the front of the room, please. And then assemble in your sections so that somebody can make sure everyone is accounted for. Because I'm sure like we have like little, like your dorm, like whatever your
Pods.
dorm situation is. Yeah, like your pod.
Mhm.
We all dorm mates.
Yeah, like, yeah, I mean, there's only so many rooms on this. I mean, I'm sure the thing is huge, but everyone's got roommates.
And we got a bed, 300 carbon, so, like, he's a wing.
Right. Yeah, Carbon is his own dorm. I think just walking around, like, just aimless, like, checking things off. Like, Seti, did you find any good materials before we went under?
24 kilograms.
Of
materials.
You know that
Mostly
the census
rare
is more detailed than that. I know you think I don't understand it, and honestly I don't, but I still need to write it all down just so the records are right.
We were scavenged some scaffolding from an abandoned construction. The metal will help us maintain the engines. Also, I'm here. Census.
Very happy to see you, as always. She probably like looks around and be like, you're supposed to stay until everyone is counted, but yes, you can go. If you're so eager to get away.
See, now I feel like I'm not allowed to leave, and then even though you said I'm allowed to leave because you used like that tone.
That was by design. I trust you to make the right decision. Just like move on as we go. Like, oh, and how are you feeling?
Full of Orin. Very full of Orin.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, and there's just like voices all over.
How many of you are there currently?
26.
Whew. I think that might be a record. Just starts writing them. Anything to report from census? Did you leave the nomad at all?
Owen 26 found a turtle.
Please tell me you did not bring the turtle onto the nomad.
I did not bring the turtle onto the nomad.
Did Owen 26 bring the turtle onto the nomad?
This is a mixed question because you said please tell you something.
Do you have a housing for this creature that you have suddenly made everybody responsible for? Do you have food for it?
Yes.
Do you know how to care for a turtle?
Yes.
Just begrudgingly writes turtle. Well, we'll figure that out.
I didn't understand. Carbon, did the turtle end up on the ship?
Yes.
It turns easily. You need to ask more precise questions.
Did you name it?
Yes.
That's too bad. All right, well, take care of it. Every life on the nomad matters.
Guys, she said we can keep the turtle. And then they all start cheering. One of them like throws the turtle up in the air and then catches it.
People are going to start thinking I'm going soft.
Because of a turtle? Turtles have hard shells. You're fine.
All right, well, welcome, turtle. The turtle is now part of the census, and they are expected to be here every time we depart.
Okay, sure. And then the group of Owens like come together and gather together, and it's like, okay, so we've agreed on a name. Yep. We say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3, Isla.
Oh God. All right. Okay. This is probably fine. Well, all of you enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you at the next census.
It is census celebration now. That's done. See you next time, Isla 2, he says to Isla.
Oh, mistakes were made.
And
I'm just gonna keep just walk over, just keep taking census.
The Owens keep handing each other the turtle, and as soon as they hand each other the turtle, the last one that had it disappears. So until it's the just one. All right, let's go. It just walks off.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. That was wonderful.
Why have I allowed there to be a turtle? Yes, and
Isla has regrets.
Yes, Isla's mom. Isla has regrets.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, Sam, let me give you a deck on Act 2.
Ooh.
All right, so that is the end of Age 1. So at the end of an age, you evolve the age and transition into the next age. So we could either transition into Age 2 now because we have a little time and then start fresh at the beginning of Age 2 next time, or we can leave it and do everything next time around.
Oh, I don't know.
What does moving on to the next age look like?
Yeah, like
so the next age is so what we do is there are 2 paths in dialect, and we basically choose from one of the 2 options. I will read them both and we will decide which option that we are going with. And then what we do after that is we need to evolve one of our aspects. So based on what we have chosen as the path that we are going down in our isolation, we will then choose one of our aspects and evolve it to fit with the prompt for the next age is what we do. So let me see. Age transition. Just trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything, but I'm pretty sure that's all it is. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, we transition to the next age. So I can just read from the book because the book is beautiful. Each new age brings with it significant motivation for the isolation story. While moving from one age to the next, you will read a short passage to frame how the story of the isolation progressed during the transition. Then we evolve an aspect. Every time the isolation moves to a new age, a part of it will change in response to the transition. As a consequence, we will change one of our aspects. By evolving in this way, our building blocks for language will shift with time.
So cool.
So it doesn't take a lot of time to do it, which is why I say we could do it now and hop right into the action. Or if you want it to be fresh in your mind next time, we can do it at the beginning of the next session. And that did not help clean my glasses at all.
Do we change characters too?
Nope.
Or okay, so we're the same characters.
This is just
age.
it's just the it's just the movement of time.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't think the ages need to be particularly huge lengths of time.
Yeah, I just wasn't totally sure, you know.
No, it's just as much time as it takes for the prompt that we have, the events that happen to have happened.
I think it fits to sort of do all the Age 2 stuff next time. Do you think we'll have, like, we'll definitely have time though, right? You know,
yeah, no, we'll have time.
2 ages,
yeah,
like...
I definitely think so. Yeah, so
I think it'll be cool to, you know, good to have that fresh and to get back into the groove, so to speak.
Absolutely, yeah, it'll be nice to have everything fresh. So that will do it for our first session of Dialect. Our next session will be the 24th, so 2 weeks from today. Same time, 7:00, and we will do our Age 2, 3, and epilogue it out so we can see what happens to our super mutants on this giant helicarrier. So let's go around. We're going to send it in reverse order. So tell us who you are and where we can find you and what cool things you have going on. And yeah. That seems good. We'll save favorite moments until the end of the end of the game. So yeah, so we'll start with Gabe. Who are you? Where can we find you? What are you doing? What's going on?
Hi, I'm Gabe James Games on Twitch, Twitter, and pretty much everywhere else on the internet. You can find me on Fridays on the Drop the Die channel on an all rogues D&D game called Oops, the Little Rascals. I play a changeling assassin named Basilisk. You can also find me next month on the Wandering DM channel playing in the Witcher RPG, which is very exciting. And Wednesdays, I'm on Encounter Roleplay playing a elven burglar assassin who is getting ready to go and attempt to kill a possessed giant rat queen. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Other than that, I'm working on a couple projects. I'm writing for the Total Party Kill 2 Bestiary. And I'm very excited about that because they gave me the okay to come up with something original that is horrifying and worse than anything I posted on Twitter.
Ooh.
Awesome. Excellent. I'm not worried. You're worried.
Yeah. It's worse than eyeball mimics. So.
Ooh. Full body chills and not the good
Wait,
kind.
what?
Oh, I made eyeball mimics. I'll send you stuff later, Nat.
Did you?
I don't want what? No, what?
Yeah, you don't want it. You shouldn't have said anything. You were living in a perfectly wonderful, ignorant world.
Actually, I'm gonna send it to Corey. I got you.
That's even worse. Oh God. All right, cool. And with that, Sam, what's up?
Oh, gee. Hey, everyone. I am Sam. You can find me on Twitter at @TheSamWisest. I am SamWise_GameG here on Twitch. I'm a disability advocate and a streamer. I am also the accessibility advocate and the casting director here at the Chromatic Chimera, where, by the way, it is our 1-year anniversary of streaming today. Tomorrow is going to be exactly our 1-year anniversary, and we are going to be playing Steam Spell, which is our Steam diesel punk fantasy adventure. I will be playing Mouse, the Tiefling Ranger Cleric. I'm really excited. It's gonna be an intense one, I think. Just gotta, question my, evil twin who just murdered somebody's surrogate mother. It's fine. So that's happening tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can also see me on Mondays. I am in Dead Skies by Nights here on Chromatic Chimera. That is part of the No Initiative group. You should follow them on Twitter at No Initiative TV. And you can also see me on alternating Wednesdays in Agora's Bells, right back here, and Tuesdays on the first of the month, I am in Elsewhere. I'm a co-producer over on Heroes Without Limits, so check us out. I am currently running Tales from Thra, which is a 5e Dark Crystal-inspired game. Our next session is going to be next Thursday, so come and see that. And Nat.
Hi, I'm Nat. I do lots of TTRPG stuff. You can find me on Twitter at Cramnat, K-R-E-I-M Nat. I also freelance layout design and editing. Hire me. That's the catchphrase.
Do it.
And of course, you can find me on Chromatic Chimera both this time next week to finish this and Mondays with 2 of these cuties on Dead Skies by Night, starting at 6:30 Eastern time, and every other Thursday over in Heroes Without Limits on Tales from Thra that Sam mentioned. That's all I got going. Let's pass it up to Megan.
Oh, thank you. Hello, everyone. I am Megan. This is my show. Thank you all for coming. This has been wonderful. I cannot wait to see what happens next. Also mildly concerned because it's Dialect, and it wouldn't be Dialect if you weren't mildly concerned for what's going to happen next. You can find me on Twitter and basically everywhere at MeghanLynnFTW. Like Sam and Apple said, you will find me here on Mondays playing in Dead Skies by Night with No Initiative, where I play a lovely, if I do say so myself, half-elven wizard who is an absolute delight.
She's very smart.
She's very smart. You can find me here. Oh God. Don't let her near your fingers, she'll break them off. Long story. You can find me here once a month hosting Unprepared, except this month we get to do it twice. So we'll be back here in 2 weeks. Next month we're going to be playing Starcrossed, which should be a really good time. What else? Oh, I'm also an indie game designer. You can find my games at MeghanLynnFTW.itch.io. You can find physical copies of my game Session Zero at MeghanLynnFTW.store. I think that's it. That felt like a lot of stuff, but thank you to Chromatic Chimera for hosting us and letting me run this show so I can show these awesome GMless games to all of y'all and play games with my friends. This is fantastic, and thank you to everyone for sticking around through all the tech issues and for hanging out and watching us play this wonderful game, and hopefully we will see you in 2 weeks to finish it up.
Yeah. And in the meantime, make sure that you follow the Chromatic Chimera here.
Yes.
We've got a ton of new games, actually, right now. We've got Steam Spell tomorrow, by the way. We have Blue Rose game that plays on Thursdays now. On Sundays, we have a Lancer game. So if you like big-ass robots, come check us out for Heavy Mecha. And just make sure you follow us to get all our notifications. Also, by the way, quick shout out to our sponsor, Tabletop Loot. Thank you so much.
Yes.
We have a code, Shield Mom, one word, all lowercase. Enter that at tabletoploot.com for 15% off of your purchases. And we are going to raid the good people at Thread Raiders on our way out.
Yes, Thread Raiders, the best beans.
Yes, they are
we
such
love them.
good beans. So thank you again, Megan, too. I love you all.
Oh, thank you all for playing.
This was resplendent. It's been an excellent Tuesday.
A
Tuesday among Tuesdays.
We'll see you in 2 Tuesdays, everyone.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.